Corsair are now entering the M.2 nvme market with their latest offering being the MP500, though one question remains, is it any good? Let's find out. Welcome back to Tech City. This is Brian coming to you guys today with a review of Corsair's latest entry in the M.2 market. This is the Force MP500 series. It comes in three different flavors, the 120, 240 and 480 gigabyte versions. Though today I'm testing the 480 gigabyte version, which was provided to me as a review sample from Corsair. And this drive itself also runs off your PCIe bus rather than your typical SATA 3. And this enables the drive to perform much faster than a SATA 3 drive. And getting straight into the results here, this drive performed very well, with writes going well over 1,000 megabytes per second and reads hitting into the 2,400 megabytes per second mark. However, this is a bit far off the advertised 3,000 megabytes per second and 2,400 megabytes per second speeds printed on the box. Though looking deeper into the consistency of the read and write performance, which is a benchmark that I take very seriously, is you can have a drive that can perform really well on paper, but in the real world, if it doesn't have consistent read and writes, then it could let you down when you need it most. And I was glad to report that the Corsair drive had really consistent reads and writes that didn't dip far off the average speeds that were reported in ASSSD, which means that if you need the MP500 to perform strong in real-world tasks, then it surely will. Taking off the branding reveals the hardware beneath. On this particular model, the drive sports four 120GB Toshiba MLC flashbangs, so people looking for a drive with better memory than TLC, which is becoming very common in standard SATA 3 drives, will be pleased, as MLC type memory is generally more durable and faster than TLC. Also, the controller on this drive is the Phison PS5007-E7, and the burst bank features 512 megabytes of DDR3 NAND memory, which acts as a buffer to provide the consistencies that we saw before. The drive also comes with included support for Corsair's software toolbox, which is a simple tool that allows you to do some cool things like clone your drive, trim, or even secure arrays, if the said Corsair drive supports such features. Though what about other drives out there? Well, comparing it to the Z280 nvme M.2 I have here from Apacer, it is great to see that the Corsair drive was edging this thing out in performance, and also the MP500 here features a 3-year warranty. Further, on this particular model, it has a 700 terabyte written endurance rating, so it should last a long time. Though the price of the Apacer Z280, however, is near $100 cheaper, with the Corsair coming in around about $325 US for the 480GB model, and around about 520 AUD for people in Australia. The 240GB comes in at roughly 190 US, and the 120GB model at 110. Though if you do get the smaller variants, either 240 or the 120, just keep in mind that the performance could be inferior to the results that I'm posting here today. So it's conclusion time, and at this price, who needs this drive? Well, in a recent video I featured a hard disk drive versus a SATA 3 SSD versus an NVMe M.2, and there's certainly differences, and ultimately each product worked well for different markets. This, in my opinion, is a drive for someone who needs either the massive speed gains over the SATA 3 drives, which definitely do benefit individuals in productivity, and also give slightly better load times. And of course, lastly, there is another market out there, and that is for people who just want the absolute best, not just in speeds, but also the small form factor, and further, people who have a need for having no power or data cables at all in their builds. And since it is all black, it will slot nicely, cosmetically speaking, into a lot of builds. Though again, I will reiterate, this product is not a bang for buck SSD, and there is another drive out there from Samsung, the 960 Pro, which is also an M.2. Though I haven't taken a look at this drive, I have heard it's very fast and also costs around the same, though I can't speak for the consistency of the read and writes, as it does use a different controller to the MP500, which I've featured here today. So overall, the MP500 is a very solid product that not only performs really well in terms of speed, but is also very consistent on the read and writes. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, then be sure to hit that like button and let me know in the comments section below, what do you guys think of the MP500 series? Have you yet to enter the NVMe M.2 market? And if so, what drive would you get? Would love to hear your comments as always, and I'll catch you in another tech video very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.